What's up? What's going on? Hey, thanks for watching, by the way. I'm going live. I don't know if people are going to jump on. I don't know how many people have been going on my lives, but I do YouTube live because it's just easier. It pulls it right into YouTube's network and processes instead of uploading the video, so that's why I go live. But I'm going to talk today about creating financial breakthroughs. So, how do you... Everyone is always looking to have breakthroughs. Everyone wants to be wealthy, right? But very few people understand the mechanics of wealth, the mechanics of business building, and the mechanics of relationships. All those three things are so deeply intertwined. So I'll start with relationships because wealth is handed down from generations. Wealth moves through the generations. In most cases, there are some unique cases where people have created immense wealth, but they've worked extremely hard for it. And so that's the first thing I want to talk about, is that in order to create financial breakthroughs, you have got to get off your ass. Like you can't be lazy. Number one, you have to understand that if you want to be wealthy, if you want to be successful, it takes a lot of work, and you have to be dedicated to working. And you have to give up other things that are unprofitable. You have to give up on profitable relationships. You have to give up spending time on things that aren't going to move you forward. So that's the real key. So that first point is be a creator and not a consumer, because we live in a world, our culture, specifically in the USA, in America, our culture is built around this system of indoctrination where everybody is constantly being brought into this idea of being a consumer, not a producer. So if you look at some of the most successful people in the world, they have a producer mentality. They are producing all the time. So my point is how did I break through six figures? When I first broke through six figures, I wasn't earning very much money at my job. I wasn't making a lot of money at my job, but I knew that I can make money in real estate. I invested in real estate. That's how I broke through. And I was patient and I was persistent, but I had absolutely nothing. There were times when I had maybe $200 to my name in my bank account, no credit cards, nothing. So there was a period of time where I struggled, but I never had a bad attitude about it because I knew what was going to happen, where I was going, what I was creating for myself. So that's number two, is the right attitude. The right attitude is what's going to open up relationships. It's going to open up opportunities. It's going to thrust you into new levels. The reason it can do that is because if you're clear on who you are and what you're out to create and what you're doing, then you're going to be able to connect with people who are not only like-minded, but a lot of times you'll attract mentors. You'll attract people who bring opportunities to you. Sometimes you'll do things for people. You'll help people. This is why you should always give. Focus on giving. Focus on value. Don't be greedy. Be generous. Okay, the more generous you are and the more you apply these laws of the universe, the more the world and the universe starts to bring you opportunities, because it is karma in a sense, not in the religious sense, but in the philosophical sense of what goes around comes around, right? So that's why you always want to put positive things out. You always want to put good things out into the atmosphere. You want to speak good things to yourself. You want to speak good things to the world around you. You can't honor any of the negative thoughts. You don't want to pay attention to that. It's good to have intuition. It's good to have insights. And sometimes you have negative thoughts for a reason, but a lot of times we're just programmed that way. And there's a lot of programming, and the programming is so deep because most people have spent the first 15, 20, 30 years of their lives in a system, a belief system of a way of thinking, a way of limitation, a limiting, almost a prison for the mind. Because, in school, you're told that, you have to study these subjects. You're studying, I don't know, the War of 1812 and God knows what else. Really useless information. I mean, it's great that, we can know a little bit about history, but it's not practical. It's not really practical. What it comes down to is that we're programmed in a way where our minds can't conceive. Our minds are stuck in a thought pattern where, and a lot of times, you know, you're taking tests on subjects that you really don't care about, so your values are not in line. And when that happens, you're not going to do good on a test. And the problem with that is that you start getting bad grades, you start getting a negative report, and then, you know, you start to wonder, you know, am I dumb? Am I stupid? Like, compare yourself to people who maybe did study for whatever reason. Maybe they cared about it, or maybe they're, you know, they have programming that they have to get straight A's, whatever it is. Here's the real key. You start getting beat down on the fact that, oh, you didn't do great on these tests about things you didn't care about, and it actually wears away your dopamine receptors. You know, I think Tai Lopez talks about winning creates more dopamine response, and it's very true, and there's a pretty big impact of that, and that is that your programming is set up, your mental programming, your subconscious programming, and don't underestimate the power of this. This is not some woo-woo garbage. I mean, there's neuroscience behind this, behind how your synapses and your neurology actually forms and changes based on habits and patterns. There's neuroscience, there's quantum physics, and there's some aspects of science that are validating a lot of different interesting aspects of what I'm saying. So I would encourage you to research it, and maybe anything that you have doubt about, maybe look into it and actually explore it, because then there's the opportunity for you to actually shift some of that programming. Because if you can do that, if you can work on yourself in that way, then you'll be prepared, and then you'll be able to manifest wealth in new ways, because you'll be able to think differently, you'll be able to connect with people differently, you'll be able to create relationships differently, and then new opportunities are going to come your way, and you're going to recognize them, and you're going to be prepared for the opportunity. And when you're prepared for the right opportunity, your life can change forever. So there's nothing that can stop you when that opportunity comes along. And believe me, it will. If you're doing the right things and you have the right mindset, those opportunities are going to come. Your skill set, everything that you've done in the past is going to prepare you, and you're going to go to the next level. That's a law of the universe. This is a law of reciprocity. That's the law of reaping and sowing specifically, because what does it mean to reap and sow? Well, the Bible says you will reap what you sow, right? So if you plant seeds, you're going to get whatever seeds you plant. So make sure, and this is on a metaphysical level. Now, the Bible is talking about a metaphysical level. You are planting seeds on a metaphysical level. You plant seeds in the universe by being kind to people, by opening opportunities for people, by blessing other people, by having a positive attitude, by doing things for other people, even if you don't feel like it. Okay, all those things result in sowing positive things into your life, and the results may not come back directly from the person that you impact in a positive way. It may come back from somewhere else, and that's how it works. But you'll recognize and you'll understand when it happens. So here's the thing: if you want to break through, I'm on the verge of a project that's going to break me through to multiple 8 figures. I can't talk about it beyond that. That's against my. I really don't even want to share that, but that's, you know, that's another thing. Don't always talk about what you're doing. Don't talk too much about what you're doing until you've done it. That's really important, because otherwise you're trying to draw energy for something that you haven't given anything to yet. So it's important not to, you know, not to overstate what you're working on, what you're doing. But I can tell you that if you follow this formula for reaping and sowing, if you follow the keys here that I've described, then opportunities will come to you that you've never imagined, and big opportunities. And keep in mind that the more positive mindset that you keep, and the more like you build people up, and the more that you create opportunity for other people, that is going to open up a lot of opportunities in your own life. So here's the main point: be a producer and not a creator. If you want to be successful, don't just work 8 hours a day. Successful people don't work 8-hour days. Okay, most successful people are lucky to get 8 hours of sleep, because they don't care. It's not high on their priority list. And the other 16 hours, they're working. whether it's at a job or on their own business or on themselves or networking. Those are things that you need to be doing in your spare time consistently, and that is the key. You have to do it consistently for things to truly start to pay off, and they will. But if you lie to yourself, about reading the books, if you lie to yourself about, networking and sowing positive things out into the world, into the universe, you can lie to yourself all you want. You're not going to get the results. And what I care about is helping you get the results. And those results are going to come through your dedicated, consistent effort. And so, if I would say those 2 tips for today are going to be the key. If you watch this video again and re-listen to some of the stuff that I shared, because I promise you that, this is going to create a breakthrough for you. And I want you guys to comment. I want you guys to tell me, what happens, and then commit to it. Comment below if you're going to commit. If you make a commitment to having a financial breakthrough, whatever it is. It could be very small, it could be very big, it could happen on many levels. But keep it simple, and then, of course, use the SMART goal, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, reasonable time frame, something like that. Keep it specific. Comment below if you're going to commit to having a financial breakthrough. All it is an agreement. You're committing to yourself that you're going to follow the advice in this video, and you are going to create a breakthrough for yourself. So comment below, and then if you haven't yet, subscribe, please. But what I want to say to that is that I want to hear back from you after something occurs, because a lot of times when you make an agreement, when you sign up for something, then the universe starts to move in your favor, then things start to move in your favor. And apply this principle. Be kind to people, be nice to people, help people as much as you can, give, be generous. That is the key. So follow that, and then I want you to comment back whenever something comes back to you. After you make a commitment, comment that you're going to commit, and then when you sow something into the universe and it comes back to you, I want you to come back to this video and comment and let me know what happened and how it impacted your life. Have a good day.